A man brought his wife to Omar and said, "My wife and I are both black-skinned, but she gave birth to a child with white skin." Omar said to those present, "What is your opinion about this?" They said, "She should be stoned because she and her husband are black and their child is white, i.e., she has committed adultery." Omar ordered her to be stoned to death. When the officials were taking her away to punish her, they met Ali on the way. Ali said to the woman and her husband, "What happened?" They told him what had happened to them. Ali turned to that man and said, "Are you accusing your wife of adultery?" The man said, "No." Ali said, "Did you have intercourse with her while she was menstruating?" He said, "Yes. One night she claimed that she was menstruating, and I did not accept her excuse, thinking that the weather was cold." He turned to her and asked, "Did your husband have sexual intercourse with you then?" The woman said, "Yes," she said. Then Ali said to them, "Go back, this child is your son. The reason he is white is that the menstrual blood has overcome the sperm. After he grows up, he will be black again." As he said, after the child grew up, his skin became darker. This event highlights a remarkable judgment of the Islamic successor, Ali Ibn Abi Talib. In this video, we will dive into his unique wisdom, showcasing judgments that challenge conventional thinking and illuminate profound truths. If you stay with us until the end, you will deeply appreciate Imam Ali's insight and discover invaluable information. But before we begin, don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more thought-provoking stories like this one. Now let's get started. A person came to Ali and said, "O Amir of the believers, every time I had sex with my wife, I used to empty my semen aside, but now I see that she is pregnant." Imam Ali said to him, "I swear by Allah, tell me, have you ever had intercourse with her again without urinating after the first intercourse?" The man said, "Yes." Imam said to her, "This child is yours. The reason why the child belongs to the father is that because he did not urinate after the first intercourse, the drops of sperm remained in the canal and were drawn into the uterus a second time." Quran-based independence. 6 months after a man named Haysam returned from the war, his wife gave birth to a child. Haysam did not accept that the child was his and went to Omar and told him about the incident. Omar ordered his wife to be stoned to death. Ali accidentally saw her before the stoning and became aware of the incident. Then he said to Omar, "You must accept the truth of his words, because Allah Almighty says in the Quran, the period of pregnancy and lactation is 30 months. Surat Al-Kahf 14. In another verse, let mothers breastfeed their children for 2 full years. Surat Al-Baqarah, verse 233. If you subtract 24 months of breastfeeding from 30 months, you're left with 6 months, which is the shortest period of pregnancy. Omar said, if it were not for Ali, Omar would have perished. Then he released her. Punishment for drinking wine during Ramadan. The poet Najashi drank wine during the blessed month of Ramadan. They brought him to Ali. Ali gave him 80 lashes, arrested him at night, summoned him at dawn, and again gave him 20 lashes. Najashi said, "O Amir al-Mu'mineen, the 80 lashes you gave me were for drinking wine. What are these 20 lashes for?" Ali said, "For disrespecting the month of Ramadan and neglecting it, to cause harm to people." One said to the other, "I dreamt that I had sexual intercourse with your mother." The man got angry and complained to Ali and said, "This man is saying obscene things to me." Ali said, "What is he saying?" He said, "He says that he had sexual intercourse with my mother in a dream." Ali said to him, "If you want to punish him according to justice, I will keep him under the sun and you can whip his shadow, because sleep is like a shadow, but I will flog him so that he will never harm a Muslim again." A valid excuse. Some people came to Omar and told him that a woman had committed adultery with a man outside and that she had a husband. Omar ordered her to be stoned to death. The woman prayed to Allah and said, "My Lord, you know that I'm innocent." Omar was angry at her words and said, "Do you deny the words of the witnesses?" When Ali saw this incident, he said, "Give her back. Perhaps there is a valid reason why this action was permitted." They brought her back, and when asked where the matter was, she said, "One day, I and my neighbor's man took our camels to graze. I took some water with me because our camels had no milk. I ran out of water outside and I became very thirsty. I asked a neighbor for water, and he agreed on condition that I commit adultery with him. I did not want to do that, but when I saw that I was going to die of thirst, I had to commit adultery with her. Ali said, Allahu Akbar. There is no sin on anyone who is in a desperate situation and does not fall into rebellion and oppression. Surat Al-Baqarah, verse 173. Hearing this, Omar freed the woman. Alleged adultery. A girl was brought to Ali accused of adultery. Ali ordered her to be examined. After examining the women, they replied, "She is a virgin." Ali said, "I will never punish a virgin for adultery." Imam Ali considered the testimony of women sufficient in such cases. Various decisions. They caught 5 people in adultery and brought them before Omar. Omar ordered them all to be punished. Ali was there, and he was watching the outcome of the incident. Then he turned to Omar and said, "This judgment you have passed against them is not right." Omar said, "Then judge them yourself." Imam Ali brought one of them forward and struck him on the neck, stoned the second one, gave 100 lashes to the third, 50 lashes to the fourth, and only a few lashes to the fifth. Omar and those around him were astonished. Omar said, "O Abul Hassan, did you give 5 different punishments to 5 people who committed the same sin?" Ali said, "The first person I struck on the neck was a disbeliever. His punishment was to be killed because he had violated the conditions of dimitude. The second person I stoned had his own wife who had committed adultery, and her punishment was stoning. The third person I stoned with 100 lashes was a bachelor. The fourth person, whose punishment I halved, was a slave, and his punishment was half the punishment of the free man. The fifth person, whom I punished with a few lashes, was mad and had no punishment, but he should have been punished with a few lashes. Fornication by a person who has not reached puberty. A boy who had reached the age of puberty committed adultery with a married woman. Omar ordered her to be stoned. Ali said to him, "It is not right to stone her, but to flog her, because the one who has sexual intercourse with her has not yet reached the age of puberty." A Yemeni man whose wife was in Yemen committed adultery in Medina, and Omar ordered him to be stoned to death. Ali said to him, "It is not right to stone him, because his wife is not with him. He should only be flogged." Confession extracted with threats. A pregnant woman was brought before Omar, accused of adultery. Omar angrily asked her what she had done, and she confessed to adultery. Omar ordered her to be stoned to death. When the woman was taken away to be punished, Ali confronted them and said to the officers, "What have you to do with this woman?" They said, "Omar ordered her to be killed." Ali brought them back to Omar and said, "Did you order the stoning of this woman?" Omar said, "Yes, because she confessed to adultery." Ali said to him, "If she is guilty, you have the right to judge her like this. But what right do you have about the child in her womb? I think you frightened her and she finally confessed." Omar said, "Yes, it is so." Ali said to him, "The Prophet of Islam said, 'He who confesses under torture will not be punished.' Did you not hear that the Prophet of Islam said, 'The confession of one who confesses while under arrest and the confession of one who confesses under threat is ineffective?'" Omar released that woman. Arrest of the thief. They brought a thief to Omar and he cut off his hand. The second time he stole, they brought him back to Omar. Omar cut off one of his legs. The third time Omar stole, he wanted to cut off his other hand. But Ali said to him, "Don't do that, because you have already cut off one hand and one leg. Now you have to arrest him." Penalty commitment. A person came to Far Ali and confessed to stealing. Imam Ali said, "Do you know anything from the Quran?" He said, "Yes, I know Surah Al-Baqarah." He said, "I forgave his hand because of that surah." Asha said, "Are you canceling the divine laws of punishment?" Ali said to him, "What do you know about the laws of Allah?" Then he ordered, "If the criminal law is established by witnesses, the Imam cannot forgive him or make concessions. However, if the punishment is proven on the basis of the confession of the guilty, the Imam has the option of pardoning him and executing the punishment." Separating false witnesses and exposing the crime. An innocent and chaste girl was brought before Omar, and her adultery was witnessed. This girl had lost her parents when she was a child. A man took her under his protection and hid her. The man was always traveling. Eventually the girl grew up and reached marriageable age. The man's wife was afraid that the girl under her husband's protection would marry him, so she played such a game. She invited some of the neighbor women to her house. They caught the girl, and she tore her hymen with her own finger. When the man returned from his journey, his wife said to him, "This girl is a prostitute." The neighbor women came to testify. The man told the incident to Omar. Omar said without judgment, "Get up and go to Ali." They all got up and went to Ali and told him what had happened. Ali said to that woman, "Are there any witnesses to this allegation?" He said, "Yes, some of the neighbor women are witnesses." He called them to him. Imam Ali unsheathed his sword and placed it in front of him and ordered that each of the women be put in a cell. He then summoned the man's wife and made a thorough investigation. However, the woman did not want to give up her claim as before. He took her to his previous room. Then he called one of the witnesses and made him sit on his knees and said to him, "Do you know me? I am Ali Ibn Abi Talib. The sword you see is my sword." That man's wife turned to the truth. "I have forgiven her, and if you do not tell the truth, I will behead you." It is clear from this that the one who finds the truth is not considered a liar because of the admonition. Perhaps what is meant by returning to the truth is returning that woman to her former place, because it was right for her to stay where she was. Rescue means rescuing her from the oppression called Tagriya. The woman began to tremble with fear and said to Omar, "O Caliph, forgive me and let me tell the truth." Ali said to her, "Tell me." The woman said, "By Allah, this is what happened. When that man's wife saw his beauty and good looks, she was afraid that her husband would marry him. So she invited us to her house and made him drink wine. We caught her, and she tore her hymen with her finger. At this time, Ali said, "Allahu Akbar, I am the first person after Prophet Daniel to discover the truth by dividing the witnesses." He then imposed the punishment of slander on all the women who falsely accused him of adultery. He made her pay the dowry of virginity, 400 dirhams, to the woman. He then ordered the man to divorce his guilty wife and marry that girl. Ali gave the girl's dowry from his property. After this was over, Omar said, "O Abul Hassan, tell us the story of Hazrat Daniel." Ali said, "Daniel was an orphan. An old woman from Beni Israel took it upon herself to take care of his household expenses and his needs. The king of the time had two special veterans. They also had a friend who went to the king. His friend's wife was very beautiful. One day the king was looking for someone honest and trustworthy to do a job. So he consulted with the two veterans and said, 'Find someone worthy of this job.' Both veterans present their friend to the sultan and bring him before him. The king assigns him to do the same job. This person is preparing for a trip. However, he always recommended his wife to these two veterans to take care of their household needs. After he left on his journey, both veterans started going back and forth to her house. Because they have so much contact with that woman, they fall in love with her and declare their desire. But the woman seriously refuses. Finally, they say to her, 'If you don't agree with what we say, we will disgrace you in front of the king.' The woman says, 'Do whatever you want.' The two veterans go before the king and testify that she has committed adultery. When the king heard this news, he was very saddened and surprised at the woman's behavior and said to the veterans, 'Your testimony is accepted, but do not hurry. After 3 days, you will stone her.' During those 3 days, at the king's command, the messenger went around the city saying, 'People, get ready to stone this man's adulterous wife.' 2 veterans witnessed his deed. When people heard this news, rumors started. The king said to his vizier, 'Can you do anything about it?' Vizier, 'No.' On the 3rd day, the vizier went out of his house to rest and came across naked children playing on the road. He began to look at them. The vizier did not recognize little old Daniel among them. Daniel was playing outside. In fact, Daniel had gathered the children around him to show himself to the vizier. He said to them, 'I am the king. One of you shall be his wife, and the 2 children shall be 2 veterans with 2 witnesses.' Then he took out some earth, took a sword from a woman, and said to the children, 'Take each of these 2 witnesses by the hand and lead them to such and such a place.' Then he calls one of them and says, 'If you do not tell the truth, we will kill you.' The wazir observed this scene exactly and heard every word. That witness says, 'I bear witness that she has committed adultery.' Daniel says, 'When?' He says, 'On such and such a day.' Daniel says, 'Take it there and bring another one.' So the children take it back to its old place and bring another one. Daniel says to him, 'What is your testimony?' He says, I bear witness that she committed adultery. When? On such and such a day. With whom? The son of so-and-so's son of so-and-so. Where? At so-and-so's place. He's saying the exact opposite of what the previous witness said. Meanwhile, Daniel says, Allahu Akbar, they bear false witness. Then he ordered one of the boys to stand in the crowd and say, These two veterans have slandered a pure and chaste woman. Now prepare to execute them. Seeing this, the vizier immediately went to the king and told him what he had seen. The king summoned the two veterans to his presence and heard from them according to the order he had heard. He sees that their testimonies contradict each other. He orders them to spread the news among the people and say that the woman has been acquitted. She is naive. The veterans have slandered her. He then orders their execution. Virgin pregnancy. During the Caliphate of Osman, an old man married a young girl, and after a while she became pregnant. The old man denied that she was pregnant by him. The incident was told to Osman, but he did not know the ruling on this matter. Then he asked the girl, Are you a virgin now? She confessed, and Osman ordered her to be punished. When Ali heard this, he said to Osman, Perhaps when the old man had sexual intercourse with her, her womb attracted the sperm, and she became pregnant without losing her virginity. The man confirmed this and said, Yes, I always poured my sperm into the beginning of her womb, but I never caused her to lose her virginity. Ali said, This woman is pregnant by that man. A man should be disciplined for denying that a woman is pregnant by him. Osman made a judgment according to Ali's instructions. We've just explored some of the most remarkable judgments of Imam Ali Ibn Abi Talib, showcasing his extraordinary wisdom and deep understanding of human nature. From cases that seemed impossible to solve, to situations where quick judgment could have led to tragedy, we've seen how his insight saved lives and brought justice to those in need. These stories don't just tell us about historical events. They teach us valuable lessons about patience, wisdom, and the importance of looking beyond the surface. As you've seen, Imam Ali's judgments were centuries ahead of their time, combining religious knowledge with practical wisdom and scientific understanding. If you found these stories as fascinating as we do, please don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more incredible historical accounts and wisdom from Islamic history. Hit the notification bell to stay updated with our future videos about more remarkable rulings and stories that continue to inspire us today. Thank you for watching, and remember, true justice requires wisdom, patience, and a deeper understanding of both human nature and divine guidance. We'll see you in our next video. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.